Let's talk about emotional intelligence. This is a topic that I am very, very interested in. It's something that I've taught my children from a young age. Happy, content, delighted, sad, startled, astonished, flabbergasted, astounded, confused, anxious, fearful, nervous, worried, frustrated, inspired, energetic, playful, inquisitive. These are just some emotive words that you could teach yourself and your children as you raise them. EQ is an incredible skill that can be learned. It's the ability to understand your own emotions, why you feel that way, how to process those feelings, and what output would be the best option. EQ helps you grow up on the inside. It helps you create self-awareness in your life, how to manage distressing emotions. EQ helps you develop empathy and build effective relationships in your life. And that's all a good thing. Did you know there is no separation of mind and emotions? Emotions, thinking, and learning are all linked. And so when we grow up on the inside, it helps us to learn better. It helps us to embrace life. I'm going to teach you a skill in this lesson called RURU, and we're going to refer back to it several times. And this is something I want you to teach your children. So RURU is an acronym for recognizing the emotion that you're feeling, understanding why you're feeling that emotion, regulating the emotion by summing up the reasons and seeing it from both sides and calming down and thinking it through, and using RUR to make a decision about how you will respond. There are many ways that I could explain it. Let me give you a brief one. Where Neil and I had a disagreement, we didn't sort it out. I'm sure I'm not the only one to have disagreements at home. I came home and was chopping up vegetables and moaning at the dogs, and I realized that I was frustrated because I hadn't sorted it out with him. He came home, we discussed it, and we solved our challenge, and we could all be at peace again. And so emotional intelligence is something I use in my marriage and with my family. It can lead to better health, your children's better health, better academic achievement, and stronger relationships. EQ will help your children deal with stress, help them to develop positive friendships, and to encourage resilience, which is bouncing back after a setback. It helps your children grow compassion and helps them become a positive change maker in their families and in their communities. After all, we want children who can impact the world for good. So RURU is a fabulous skill where you could talk it through with your children and help them process it as they go throughout their days and as they experience the different emotions that you experience. I'm just going to name a few basic emotions and explain to you how it helps you with awareness. So when you're feeling anger, it could be a motivation to fight against a problem. Or if you're feeling joy, it could remind you of what's important to you in life. When you experience that emotion of trust, it helps you to connect with people who you could help. When you experience fear, it could lead you to possibly protecting you from danger. And sadness helps you connect with those that you love. It helps you build empathy. And so emotions really can move us to an action. I want to say at this point that there are no negative emotions or bad emotions, for want of a better word. But all emotions need to be felt but expressed in a healthy manner. So here are a few ideas to help your children develop emotional intelligence. From an infant, you could hold and cuddle your child, literally be present. So if you're with your infant, try to focus on them a little bit and speak to them and have physical contact with them. With toddlers, they have great phacometers, so they can read nonverbal signs really clearly. Use emotive words to help you be honest about how you're feeling, obviously in an age-appropriate manner. And teach your children just how to verbalize their emotions by you modeling it for them. Remember, they are great imitators. So children don't like it when you preach at them. Just be a good role model. Remember, I said there are no bad emotions, just bad emotional responses. So remind your children it's okay to feel sad or to feel overwhelmed and identify with them. You can say, I've been sad too, and share a story. You could say to them, I've been through this, you having this time, I've been through this as well, and I can understand. Or I can see you feeling jealous. I also sometimes feel that way. And so when we have empathy with our children and we create a safe space for them to speak about their emotions and help them tell them that it won't last and that they can manage it and that they can navigate through it, you're equipping them with tools for life. And no matter what, never tell a child, just hit back immediately. Help them give different expressions for the frustrations that they're feeling. Help them have positive emotional responses. So you could role play different situations. If someone grabs your toy, this is what you could say and do. Because you don't want to shame your kids, and you don't want to keep saying to them, why did you do this? That makes them defensive. And when we say why, it just doesn't make them want to open up. So you could say to your children or your child, what did you feel at the moment when you did this? Help them give words to their emotions. Don't say to them, stop crying, but help them understand, I can see you sad or you're crying. Calm down, let's breathe, and breathe with them and help them figure out what's really going on, why they're so worked up, why they're so upset. One example could be for you to get your children, obviously not when they're crying and angry or sad, but to draw pictures of happy faces, sad faces. For older kids, get them to show you an emoji on a device of a frustrated or jealous person or surprised. Practice it for yourself. Spend time thinking, what are different emotive words? Look up different emotions. Look up the different names for the emotions. One time I did a workshop in a township, and I was talking to the parents around EQ, and they said all their child tells them is that they're angry. They're angry, they're angry. When they're sad, they're angry. When they're frustrated, they're angry. It's just angry. And so we worked through some other words that they could teach their children so that when they came home from school or they were struggling with things, they could use different words. Remember, emotional intelligence, as I said, leads to better health and to build stronger relationships. And that's what we want with our children. Practice RURU. Recognize, understand, regulate, and use that information to make a better decision. It's a skill that will help you and will strengthen the relationship with your children and will help them thrive in life.